Alrighty, everyone. Well, let's get going. Welcome to our functional fitness class, part of our Grow with GoGo series. On Wednesdays and Fridays, we have our classes. We have yoga and functional fitness. Before we get moving, just a quick reminder of what else GoGo offers. So in addition to these classes, you can access rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and home services. So really anything that needs to be done in or around your house, all by calling one number. That phone number is 855-464-6872. We also have a referral program. So if you go to the bottom of your GoGo receipts, there is a code. If you give that code to a friend, then both of you, once they've taken their first service with GoGo, both of you will receive $10 in credit. We have a Facebook group as well. So if you ever want to continue any of our conversations online or just see how other people are using GoGo, you can find us on Facebook, and we'll share a link to that in the chat. All right, so if we haven't met, I'm Adra. I teach the yoga and the functional fitness classes here at GoGo. What do we need today? So for functional fitness, most of this class is standing. So if you've been to our yoga class, most of that class is seated. This class is primarily standing. You can take breaks sitting. I do have a chair there with me, so helpful to have a chair because we use it for balance. Sometimes we do some seated exercises. We often use the wall. Again, if you can't use the wall, then you'll use a table. You'll do what you can. And then a light pair of weights. So I have some light 3-pound dumbbells. 1 to 3 pounds is good. If you do not have weights, that's totally fine. You could grab cans, water bottles, or just imagine that you're lifting something. And the weights are primarily for our upper body. The weight of our body is heavy enough to help work the lower body. And so those 3-pound weights or 1-pound weights won't really create too much difference when we're doing our lower body exercise. But helpful to grab weights if you have them. And with that, that's it. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen. There is no move of the week because it's Friday. So now my screen should show up nice and big. I'm going to shift my mic here so that it's back. If my screen does not come up big, then you can adjust your settings. So you can move your cursor to the top right-hand corner of your Zoom screen, and a box will show up that says view. You can just change it to speaker view, and then you'll see me in big. All right, last sip of tea, and we'll get going. So let's start standing nice and tall. Let's do a few shoulder rolls back. And some shoulder rolls forward. So we're just standing tall, moving through the shoulders. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. Then allow the shoulders to relax. And let's inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, lower the arms back where they came. So they're going out to the side, down through a T position, and then by your side. So we inhale, circle the arms out to the side, up towards the ceiling, stretching at the top. Exhale, arms lower back down. Keep going. Couple more times. Follow your own breath here. So don't worry about my speed or anybody else's speed if you're seeing other people here on the Zoom. Move at your own pace. A few more times. Next time your arms are up towards the ceiling, go ahead and pause. Then reach your right hand a little bit higher and you can bend your left elbow. So it's going to be a slight side bend, but really we're reaching one arm up as you bend the other elbow. And then switch. Reach the left arm up. I'm mirroring. Bend the right elbow as you really reach that left hand as high as you can. So keep alternating here, reaching one arm up and then the other. Maybe one more time each side, stretching one arm up and the other. And come on back. Let's take those feet underneath your hip socket, so pretty narrow, maybe 4 to 6 inches apart. Bend your knees. Try not to move your lower body. So lower body is going to be still. We'll take the fingertips to the shoulders and twist just the upper body. So we're finding rotation here in the upper half of the spine or upper half of the body. So you're trying to keep the legs still, almost like you're imagining that you're squeezing something between your knees. So your knees don't need to touch, but imagine that there's like a block or a book between the knees, and you're holding onto that block or book or brick. And coming back to center, letting those arms relax. We'll take the feet a little bit wider now. So going maybe shoulder width or slightly wider. I like my toes pointing forward, but if you prefer your toes pointing slightly out, that's totally fine. We're going into a set of squats. So we'll bend the knees and reach those arms forward or up towards the ceiling, and then come back up. So we inhale as we bend, stretching those hips back. Arms can reach up if you want. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you bend. And when I turn sideways, it's just to show you a different view. You don't need to move. Keep going. You could go in through the nose and out through the nose, or maybe you go in through the nose and out through the mouth. Whatever is better for you. Few more squats. All right, next time you're up, we'll go ahead and pause, shake it off. Make your way either behind your chair, so your hands can touch the back of the chair, to your wall, or to a table. Hands will rest on your support, and you'll walk yourself back into an upside down L position, or a chair dog or a wall dog. So basically, the torso is moving towards parallel to the earth. Your elbows are straight if possible, and your ankles are underneath your hips. If you need modifications, you could lift your torso up a little bit, or bend your elbows, or bend your knees, or any combination of those things. Few more deep breaths here. And then lift your torso up, coming up. Do a couple shoulder rolls back. And a couple shoulder rolls forward. So now we'll go to the other side of the chair so that the seat of the chair is in front of you. If you can't get to your chair, you could use a table. If you're going to use a table, you're going to put your forearms on the table. You could also do forearms on the back of your chair. If you have the chair, though, you're going to put your hands on the base of the chair if that's accessible. But if that is too low, go for forearms on the back of the chair. And again, forearms on a table would be reasonable as well. We're going to do a little bit of cat-cow in this position. So my knees are a little bit bent because it's quite a lot for my legs to be straight in terms of my hamstrings. So knees can be soft. It's up to you how bent. We're going to move through our spine. So we'll first move into a cat position. It's like a Halloween cat, a scared black Halloween cat. So you're going to tuck your tail under, curve your spine, and tuck your chin. So you're trying to curve your spine like you're a scared Halloween cat. And then inhale, cow. We just go in the opposite direction. So your tail reaches towards the ceiling, your chest lifts, and your head lifts. You're looking straight ahead. I'm turning so I can see you. So we exhale, round the back into that cat pose, curving the spine. And then inhaling, chest forward, tail up, stretch the front of the body. Keep going, couple more times. So traditionally, this cat-cow is done on hands and knees. In our chair yoga class, we do the cat-cow seated. Oftentimes in this class, we do it in standing. And today we're sort of doing a little combo where we get the pressure on the hands, but the knees don't need to be on the ground. A few more. All right. Go ahead and find neutral and then come on back up to stand. Let's scooch ourselves forward close to the edge of the chair. So our knees, if you're standing upright, I want your knees to just barely kiss the chair. So just barely touching the chair. Watch that you're actually standing upright. So you bring yourself over, stand upright. And then if your knees are far from the chair, then just come back so that you're just barely touching the chair. So your feet are going to be underneath your chair. From here, we're bending our knees without touching the chair. So, or without touching the chair more, right? Your knees were just kissing the chair. Don't move your feet. That's cheating. Don't move your feet. Start to bend your knees, hips go back. You're still just barely touching the chair. Why are we doing this? Because we want to try and work the backs of the legs. So I'm going to show you without the chair here for a moment. When our hips go back, we will get more work in the glutes and the hamstrings. If we let our knees come forward, there's nothing wrong with that. You get a lot more work in the front of the quad. So what we're trying to do is work the backs of the legs. So come on up if you're still down. Reset yourself. So knees are kissing the chair. Feel free to use the chair. Hold on to the chair for balance support. Bend your knees, hips go back. So our shins or our lower leg should be vertical. That knee is directly over the ankle. Hips are back. It's up to you how low you go. You can let your ribs relax a little bit. So what do you do if you can't get your feet under the chair because you have a different kind of chair? Don't use a chair, use a table to hold on for support or a wall for support. And then look down at your legs and make sure your lower legs are vertical, which just means you're probably not going to go super low unless you've done this many times. All right, and coming up, take a little break. Hopefully we're starting to feel a little fire in the backs of the legs. Again, reset yourself. So every time we come up, we sometimes have the tendency to sort of cheat without even knowing it, kind of backing away from the chair. Readjust so that those knees, again, are just grazing the chair. Then bend those knees, hips go back. We're going back into that sort of squat-like position, but the weight is really far back. Feeling free to hold onto the chair for balance support. Staying here. Start to push down into your right foot more than the left. So your weight's going to just shift a little to the right, but that right knee is still tracking straight forward. Don't let that knee move. Start to push down into the right foot and start to lighten the load off of the left foot. So maybe the left heel lifts off the ground. So I'll show you what that would look like from a front view. Right, so one leg is pushing down, or I'll mirror you. So right leg's pushing down. You're going to just start to release some of the load off of that left leg. Okay, and then we switch. Left foot pushes down really firmly. Weight can shift a little to the left. Watch that left knee track straight forward and start to lighten the load, maybe lifting the right heel off the ground so that there is more weight on that left leg. Bring that right foot down. Whew, straighten those legs. Shake it off. So we're going to take a little break from that, go into some arm work. We will be returning to those, so try and hold on to that in your mind. For our arm work, we're going into some triceps. We're going to use the chair for support similarly to when we were doing the cat-cow. So let's put the weight in our left hand and place the right hand on the base of the chair or the seat of the chair. The knees can be bent. So it's like we're cat-cow. I've just scooched over to one side so that my arm with the weight is slightly off of the chair. You could also do this with a forearm on the back of the chair or on a table. So it's the same setup as that cat-cow. So we'll bend the elbow to start, bringing that shoulder blade towards the spine. So we'll do a row, and then we'll do a tricep extension from there, keeping that upper arm where it is. Straighten the arm back behind you so pinky reaches towards the ceiling. Rebend, then lower the hand down. So we row, extend, bend it down. So that left elbow bends. Squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. Keep the elbow high as you straighten the arm back behind you. So the arm is about parallel to the earth. Then as you bend the elbow, the upper arm stays where it is for a moment, and then you lower the hand down to the ground. So keep going here at your own pace. It's a row and a tricep extension. Maybe one more. Come on up for a moment, shake it off, take a break, take an extra breath, and then we'll switch sides. So weight goes into your other hand. So right hand is holding the weight if you're doing the same as me, left hand on your support. Right hand is dangling. And again, you could put your left forearm on your chair, on your table, as well if that's better. Knees can be bent or straight. Really, it's up to you. What feels good? Same thing, we row. So we bend the elbow, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. Then we keep that elbow high as you straighten the right arm back behind you so the arm is parallel to the earth. Then you bend the elbow and lower the hand back down. Same exercise. We row, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine, straighten the arm back behind you, keep the elbow high as you rebend it, and then lower the arm down. Keep going. Maybe one more. Great, put the weight down, come on up, shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Take an extra breath. Whew. Okay, we're gonna repeat those chair squats, those squats where we're working on bringing those hips really far back, kind of deadlift-like, really. So come forward, touch the knees to the chair. Hands to your chair for support as needed. Bend your knees, hips go back. Knees are tracking straight forward. I'm going to show you something here. Don't let your knees knock in, right? We don't want this angle happening. We want those knees aligned with the hips, aligned with the toes. Okay, from here, watch. Make sure that those knees are directly over the ankles. So your legs are vertical, the lower legs are vertical. Your weight is back. Weight shifts to that right foot. Push down into the right foot as firmly as you can without straightening the leg. And then maybe that left foot comes off the ground. You can use the chair for support with your hands. So your knees are bent. All of the weight is in the right foot. I want you to push down into the right foot as if you were trying to straighten that right leg, but don't. Don't straighten the leg, but imagine that you're trying to. You're pushing that right foot down firmly as if you could straighten it. And then lower the left foot down, straighten the legs. Take a breath. Reset, knees close to the chair. Hips hinge, knees bend, hips go back. So with weight is back into the heels. Now we're focusing on that left leg. We're pushing firmly down into that left leg. You're holding onto your support for balance support. And then maybe that right foot comes off the ground. If it can't come off the ground, toes can be down. Notice if suddenly when your foot comes off the ground, if your knee shoots forward and it moves your chair. We don't want that happening, right? So we want to keep that weight back. From there, push down into the left foot as if you were trying to straighten it, but don't. So you're not actually straightening it, but you're activating the muscles that would be required to straighten the leg. You're pushing that foot down. Right foot comes down, whew. Straighten the legs. Maybe step away for a moment, shake out those legs. We're doing that one more time. For now, one more time. Again is probably the best way to say that. We're doing that again. Come close to the chair, knees are grazing the chair. Again, lower legs are staying vertical. We're using the chair as biofeedback. We're using it as feedback to know whether we're moving. If you can keep your legs vertical and your lower legs vertical, you don't actually need to use the chair. But it's also helpful for balance. So bend those knees, hips go back. Lower leg is vertical, so don't let those knees creep forward. Weight shifts into that right foot. Pushing firmly down into the right foot, maybe we lift the left foot. If you can't lift it, don't worry about it. Don't do it. That's okay. Pushing down as if you could straighten the leg. So what muscles need to activate to straighten that leg? Push down as if you're really trying to straighten that right leg, but you can't. You're stuck. You're stuck in cement. All right, left foot comes down. Both legs come up for a moment, straighten out, reset, knees close to the chair, bend the knees, hips go back, legs are vertical, lower legs are vertical. Hands to support you on the chair if you'd like. Push down into the left foot, lift the right. Firmly push that left foot down into the ground as if you were trying to straighten it. What muscles would be required to straighten it? So a lot of things are happening here. When we straighten our legs, right, there's the part at the knee and there's the part at the hip. So the quads have to work a little bit here to straighten the knee, but then to lift and straighten the hips, the glutes really have to work. All right, right foot comes down, come on up, shake it off. We're gonna do a second set of those tricep extensions with the row. So row and tricep extension. So weight comes back into that left hand. Right hand is supporting you on the base of the chair or forearm on a different piece of furniture. Knees can be bent or straight. We bend the left elbow, creating a row. So we squeeze the left shoulder blade towards the spine. Then straighten the arm back behind you, tricep extension. We rebend and lower the hand down. So keep going here. So we row and tricep extension. Go at your own pace. So repeating that same arm exercise as we did earlier. Maybe one or two more. Then coming up, take a moment, take a break. Take an extra breath. And then we switch sides. So weight goes into your other hand. Left hand is supporting you or forearm is supporting you. Right hand has the weight. We bend the elbow, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine, creating that row. Then tricep extension, straighten the arm back behind you. Then rebend and lower down. Keep going. I should have said this earlier, but if you want to make this harder, just imagine that you're lifting something really heavy and truly imagine it. Imagine it's really hard to move and that you're moving through cement as you try and lift and move this very heavy item. That will make this much harder. Let's do one or two more. And come on up. Whew, shake it off. Take a little break. Let's do a stretch here. So we'll reach that right arm up. I'll mirror you. Bend the right elbow so the hand comes behind the head. We're doing a tricep stretch. So right hand reaches to the ceiling, then we bend the elbow, hand goes behind the neck or the head, and then grab a hold of that elbow with your left hand and just pull that elbow towards your head. Try and keep your ribs relaxed. Your breath is smooth. And then we'll switch. So bend your other elbow. So left hand goes up to the ceiling. We bend the left elbow and then we grab a hold of that left elbow with the right hand. Ribs stay relaxed. So just watching that your ribs don't pop way forward when you do this. Try and keep them down and relatively neutral. All right, and release. Shake it off. Okay, so earlier we were working in front of that chair doing these kind of squat-like, deadlift-like motions. using the chair for support or as a trainer. Now we're gonna step away from the chair, but you'll grab your weights if you have them. If you don't have the weights, don't worry about it. So we want one weight per hand. And we're gonna play with our deadlifts. What we're looking for is to try and get that same sensation in the hips and in the glutes that we're working. But you might now also feel your low back work a little bit and your hamstrings as well. It is not bad for your low back to feel like it is working. We just want to make sure that you're not flexing at the spine. So remember that cat position we did earlier with the hands and knees on, sorry, the hands on the chair? We don't want that. So I'm going to show you first what we do not want to do. So we're going to come forward into our deadlift, but we don't want to curve the spine. We are not doing that. That is too much pressure on the spine. We want to keep the spine flat. So what we're going to do is bend those knees, hips go back, bring your torso forward. And look, we're in that similar position where the lower leg is vertical, right? So if that chair was there, it would be touching my knees, but it wouldn't be that I would be moving the chair, right? There's a difference between this squat position to this deadlift position where the torso is coming parallel to the earth, the spine is long, the knees are over the ankles. All right, come on. So this is a very strong position. This is a great position to get into if you're going to pick up those grocery bags or pick something up off of the ground. One weight per hand if you have it. We bend the knees, hips go back. It's like you're reaching down to pick up your groceries on either side of you. Your spine is long. You might even think about reaching that tailbone towards the ceiling. Your toes are relaxed. Don't squeeze those toes. Push down into the heels to rise. Straighten the legs and push the hips slightly forward. So this is usually done with much heavier weight, but it's great to train this with our light weight. So knees bend, hips go back, torso comes parallel to the earth. You should feel that same sensation that we had when we were in front of the chair. So watch, check out your knees, make sure that they're over the ankles and not forward. Push down into the feet to rise. All right, let's add some breathing. Let's inhale as you go down. Exhale as you rise. Inhale as you go down. Exhale as you come up. Keep going. We're going to do a harder variation of this in a little bit. So we'll just do maybe 4 or 5 more. Really thinking about that form. Back of the neck is long if possible. All right, coming up, staying up. Keep a hold of your weights. We're going to do a hammer curl with an overhead press. It is an arm exercise and not a spine exercise. So again, we're going to try not to move that spine. We will bend the elbows so the thumbs come towards the shoulders, then push the arms overhead towards the ceiling, then lower back down to the start. It's all staying narrow, so the palms would be facing in towards each other. So we bend the elbow, hammer curl, push the hands towards the ceiling, rebend, and lower down, straighten the arms. Keep going. If this is too much, get rid of your weights. If it's still too much, you don't have to go through the full range. Just move in whatever range works for you. So if you can't straighten the elbows, that's okay. However, if you can straighten the elbows, do straighten them all the way at that top. Couple more. Maybe last one here for now. And take a break. Okay, so you can keep holding on to your weights. We're going back to those deadlifts that we just did earlier for our legs, but I'm going to give you another variation where we focus on one leg and then we focus on the other. If that's too much for you, just go back to what we did before. So I'm going to repeat what we did before. So the regular deadlift being that we bend those knees, hips go back, torso comes parallel-ish to the ground. We are not Curving the spine. What I'm doing right now is what we are not doing. We're not going into that cat back. The back stays neutral and then coming up. So that's option one. Option two, we're going to focus on one leg at a time. So let's start with our right leg. So the right foot's going to stay down. Left foot's going to go a little bit behind you. Just no more than a foot behind you. Right? So that left foot's just no more than a foot behind you. That left foot is there for balance. I want no more than 30% of your weight back there. If really you could, I want 90% of your weight on the front leg, 10 on the back. But if you need to use the back a little more, that's okay. We're doing exactly the same thing, except for on one leg, which means we're increasing the weight quite a bit on that one leg. So right knee bends, hips go back, left knee can bend as well. Torso comes parallel to the earth. Watch that that knee doesn't creep forward. So we're doing a one-legged deadlift or a kickstand deadlift. So your back foot is there for balance support. Then come on up. That's too much. Go back to the other one. So we bend, hips go back. Everything's the same, except for there's way more weight on the working leg or on the right leg. Keep going. Think about pushing those hips back, the knee over the ankle. Don't let that knee creep forward too much. Make sure that knee tracks forward and doesn't knock in. Maybe one more on this side. Come up, take a break. Either variation, take a break. All right, if you're doing the two-legged variation, let's do that again. If you're doing the one-legged variation, right foot goes behind you. It's going behind you no more than a foot. Don't make a big step back, otherwise it's going to be really hard. All 10 toes are facing forward. All that weight's going into that left leg, or as much weight as possible into that left leg. We bend the knees, hips go back. Be honest with yourself. Watch that that knee doesn't creep way forward. Knee stays back, and then come on up. Knee is tracking straight forward. Keep going. So either the two-legged deadlift or the kickstand deadlift, where most of your weight is now on your left leg. Watching your spine, making sure it stays long. So it's not about touching the ground, right? I'd rather your form be really good. Maybe one more. Come on up, shake it off. Weights go into those hands. So we're going back to the hammer curl with the overhead press. We bend the elbows, hands towards the shoulders. Push the hands to the ceiling, then rebend and lower down. If you get tired, you could alternate, do one arm and then do the other arm. So keep going. Try to keep this narrow. So the tendency is for us to bring the elbows out, which is a different exercise. It is not this exercise. So I'm showing you here, we're at a W shape and the arms go up. That's a great exercise. That's not what we're doing right now though, right? We're trying to keep it narrow so that we can work other muscles and that we can really think about our control. So if you can see yourself in your Zoom window, look at your elbows. Are they going wide or are they staying narrow the whole time? Try and keep them narrow. Maybe that means you need to get rid of your weight. That's okay. Couple more. Okay, take a little break. Maybe put the weights down for a moment. Shake it off. Okay, we're gonna go through several of the exercises we've already done today. We're gonna do the squats. I know we only did the squats as a warm-up. We're gonna do another set of squats. Then we're gonna do a last set of tricep extensions, right and left. Then we're gonna do a last set of two-footed deadlifts, and then a last set of overhead presses. I know that's a lot, but that's all that's left. So it'll probably take us about 5 more minutes. We're gonna try and power through that. If you need to take breaks, but we're gonna skip some of the exercises, right? So we're not gonna do the one-legged deadlift. We're not gonna do the chair knee thing. I'll talk you through everything. If you need to get rid of the weights as we do this, that's fine. I want you to go through the whole thing. So if you can, you're gonna keep moving. You put the weights down if you need to have some kind of break. All right, so we're starting with the squats. If you want though, you grab the weights to come in front of your chest. Feet go as wide as the shoulders or wider. Toes can point forward or back, not back, forward or out. I don't know how you can get your toes to point back. We bend the knees into your squat and straighten. Bend and straighten. So here, knees can come forward, right? They can go over your toes. You go as low as you want. You go as fast as you want. Let's do maybe 2 more. Then we're going to the triceps. All right, make your way in front of your chair. You're holding the weight with just your left hand. Right hand finds the base of the chair, or your forearm finds another piece of furniture. We bend the left elbow, row, tricep extension, so you're straightening the arm. We rebend and lower it down. So left hand holds the weight, squeeze the shoulder blade toward earth, then rebend and lower the weight down. Keep going. If you need to get rid of the weight, that's okay. You want to try and keep moving the body. All right, maybe 1 or 2 more. And then come up for just a moment so you can switch the weight. So weight goes into your right hand. Set up for your other side, right? We're just going straight through. Left hand supports you or left forearm supports you. You're holding the weight with the right hand. Knees can be bent. We bend the right elbow, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. Straighten the right arm back behind you. Tricep extension, pinky reaches towards the ceiling. Bend the elbow, lower the hand down. We row, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. Straighten the arm until it's parallel to the earth. Then rebend and lower down. Keep going. We're almost there. One more. All right, grab both your weights if you want them. Regular deadlifts, 2 feet on the ground. Step away from the chair so you have space. Feet are about outer hip width distance apart or more narrow if you prefer. We bend the knees, hips go back, legs, lower legs are vertical, torso parallel to the earth, then push down into the feet to rise. Inhale as you bend, hips go back, knees bend, torso parallel, and up. So no cat back, keep going. We have this exercise and then 1 more after it, and then we are done. All right, maybe 1 more. Come on up. Last exercise, we're going right into it. Hammer curl. So bicep curl, but with the hands narrow. Push the arms up to the ceiling. Rebend and lower down. Thumbs reach towards the shoulders, then hands straighten towards the sky. We rebend and lower. Keep going. Last exercise of the day. If it's too much, put the weights down, keep moving. Let's do maybe 2 more, depending on your speed. All right, and when you're done, put the weights to the side. Shake out those arms. Inhale, circle the arms out to the side, up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arms lower back down. Inhale, arms circle out and up. Exhale, arms back down. Inhale, out and up. Palms touch, hands lower towards the chest. Give yourself a round. Awesome work, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Great work, as always. So this class, if you're new, is different every time. We do different things every time. We work on different body parts. There's no exact form of how the class works, except for that it's always me. All right. So we have time now if anybody has any questions. So questions about our yoga or functional fitness. If you have questions for GoGo, the best thing to do is to email or call GoGo directly and they can help you. So the floor is yours if you have anything to ask. I'm still catching my breath. I don't know if that was extra hard today or I'm just having a harder time.
If you're catching your breath, imagine how we feel.
Good, that's what I want. I want it to be hard.
You succeeded.
Great, but and of course, everyone should know that they can take breaks if at any point it feels like, ooh, that's too much. Take a break. Totally fine.
If you have problems with balance, some of the foot, what's an alternative for those?
For which exercise?
Where you're trying to, where you're working with weights and you're putting your foot behind you. And putting all the weight in one foot and trying to lift the other and have problems with balance.
Yep. So that's why we have things for bringing my video nice and big. So that's this variation, the one-legged deadlift.
Okay.
So if balance is hard, you have options. You either can put more weight on this other leg and maybe bring it closer. So if we're gonna say that I'm gonna work my right leg. Right leg's working. The left foot could come closer, and you could say maybe you put 40% on the left, 60 on the working leg, right? So you could either use more support, right? You can use this leg for more support. If that's not going to work, that's why we have the two-legged variation, where both feet are firmly planted. You're getting the same exercise when you're doing it with 2 legs, except for it's easier. It's less weight because the weight is distributed. So those would be your 2 options.
Okay, thank you.
And Miss Chloe, I do see your comment in the chat. Wishing everybody a blessed weekend and peace.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Annette.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kathy.
I will see you again next Friday. I have plans on Wednesday.
Excellent. Looking forward to that. So next Friday should be yoga. That's right. Wednesday is functional fitness next week, and then yoga's on Friday.
Hope to make it to functional fitness this time.
Great. All right. Looks like everyone's ready to go. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you next week.